Governor Jared Polis must be some kind of secret fan of our Polis Promises segment, because every day in office he has given us a reason to fire up our little graphic, which honestly I think it might be better with some backup singers, you know. Polis Promises. Today, the Clean Energy Edition.
We're going to be 100% renewable energy by 2040. So yes, we want to be in that first group of states to get it done.
It means working to electrify our cars and buses and trucks, and it means taking advantage of modern technology to use energy more efficiently.
There is the promise. All right, so one thing that Polis has promised is to build more electric charging stations. And our Marshall Zellinger is hanging out at one tonight.
Kyle, I hope if there are going to be more electric charging stations, they won't be as testy as the one that doesn't allow Tesla charging here. As we've mentioned, he said 100% renewable energy by 2040 is not a mandate, meaning he won't require it. So today, when he went to an electric vehicle parking spot to make an announcement of one of his first executive orders, he went as far as he could about electric vehicle charging stations as he could without mandating it himself.
He arrived in an electric car at an electric charging station, so it was pretty obvious Governor Jared Polis was making an electric car announcement.
This executive order that we're announcing today.
Polis signed an executive order today asking the Air Quality Control Commission to out-Hickenlooper and require zero-emission standards on Colorado vehicles.
It's far more energy efficient than internal combustion engines in every vehicle. Electrifying vehicles leads to cleaner air today, as well as saving consumers money.
He requested his new public health director to help get the zero-emission vehicle standard in place by the end of October. And if that happens, this happens.
In a few years, 10% of Colorado's vehicles need to be electric vehicles. 10% of the vehicles sold in the state.
Car manufacturers would be required to sell one electric car out of every 10 cars sold. His executive order also comes with a goal, which isn't required, and maybe because it might be hard to reach. Polis has a goal of 940,000 electric vehicles on the road by 2030. His energy office estimates there are currently 15 to 16,000. And one industry that won't have to contribute one car more? Farming. That's exempt.
Sectors like agriculture that have unique needs, and nothing in this executive order adds any restriction on tractors or specialized farm equipment that are important for the competitiveness of our agriculture industry.
Here's a question, whether you have an electric car or not, that you'll care about. Who's going to pay for all these if they start popping up all over the state? Well, when Volkswagen cheated the emission testing a while back, Colorado got $70 million, and the governor wants a good chunk of that, part of that money, to go toward building these stations across the state. That means companies would apply for grants, and when you go to take one, you can't just take it out. It's not going to be free. You're going to have to pay for it.
All right, Marshall, I have two quick questions. It seems like Governor Polis is having a pretty torrid pace of these press events right out of the gate. I don't recall that with previous governors.
No, and I was making the joke with his staff that this is the 4th or 5th time in the last week that I've been with the governor because he's doing an announcement, and I think this is stuff that he's prepared for the last 2 months, but I don't remember Hickenlooper being like this either.
Very interesting. And also, the Democrat from Boulder pulls up in a Prius. I feel like he's just trolling Republicans at this point. All right, Marshall, thank you. Subscribe to the Next YouTube channel for the best of Next and some other stuff.